Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the weekend. You made it. Congratulations. We're very proud of you. Hey, everybody, it's Friday. Here in the West, maybe for a few of you, it's already Saturday. Hey, you're already living in the future. Out there on the 3rd of January. Congrats. All right. Thank you for the support. Zankushu, thank you very much for the 15 months. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hey, YouTube. We're now back with our second day of multi-streaming. So, yes, we are once again on twitch.tv and YouTube all at once. It's a miracle. Who could have ever thought to do this? We're the first to ever do this. So... yeah, it's a challenge, man. I had so much that I was really almost pulling my hair out on yesterday to get the stream set up. It went smoother getting the stream set up today. Let me know if everything looks good. Twitch, you good? YouTube, you good? Let me know if anything looks weird, if it's slowing down or being strange. Oh man, right after the stream yesterday, I went to record. And I forgot I was on my YouTube profile here in OBS. So I was recording. And I look over about 25 minutes in, and it told me my recording dropped 99% of the frames. 99% of the recording was useless. I had to start all over again. So... episode went out about like 25 minutes later than I wanted to, but I'm just figuring out this timing with you guys. Yes, mission failed successfully, yes. So we're going to do our best to, do some streams and do some videos in the same day. We even got out a short this morning. I taught myself how to make shorts all over again this morning. So I went ahead and got a short out here on youtube.com. And I tried to log into TikTok, and that was a no-go. I was like, okay, time to log in. And it was like, yeah, you can't log in with Twitter. And I'm like, what? Yeah, you just can't do it. All right, then use my phone number. It was like, no, we don't have that phone number. I'm like, what happened, bro? I haven't been on TikTok since I stopped shorts. That was September of 2023. I was not on TikTok at all throughout 2024 and 2025. What happened, bros? Something happened? Archeo Lumiere, thank you very much for the 3 months. Thank you very much, Archeo Lumiere. Thank you very much for the 3. Thank you guys for the support. Kick, the word's still out. I'm probably not going to hear back from Kick until like next week at the earliest. Yeah, they're kind of dragging their feet. Just going to be for real. But, yeah, I'm going to try to get into TikTok tonight, get back into Instagram tonight, get that short up tonight. It's fun. It's fun trying to figure all this stuff out again. I've done this before. I've streamed on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I've made shorts, but it's just like, how did I do that again? And things change, too. So what I'm trying to do, like, today is just figure out the timing. We went... kind of like 15 minutes over. I was like, maybe I can do a stream in an hour. And then we went for like an hour 15. I was like, ooh. So let me slow it down. I like to also, I want to slow it down. I want to talk with you guys, chat. I just want to hang out for about 2 hours. And then around like 7 p.m. or so, stop the stream, make a video for you guys tonight. Dwell-Eye, thank you also for the 34 months, almost 3 years. Thank you so much. Man, I don't know, YouTube. The Twitch guys are still kicking your butt right now on the subs. I'm just saying. But thank you for the good mornings. Thank you, both YouTube and Twitch. Thank you. Hope you don't appeal to the wrong crowd on other platforms. It's been good. It's usually been really good on any platform we've been. I mean, look, we got good moderation. I usually have good auto mod stuff set up. We don't play. If you're on our Discord... we keep a pretty tight, respectful ship there. After every video, make sure there's nothing crazy going on in the comments in the YouTube section. I mean, don't get me wrong, there always is, but we try to do our best What do we get for memberships? We do have a members only channel in the Discord. I do think there should be like better stuff for you guys. That's something I should ask you guys about for 2026. Like, what do you want out of us to make it worth, you know, like a membership, right? Like, obviously your support's always welcome, but I'd love to make it kind of extra worth your time, right? So it's all locked in on the Discord. We should do more Discord stuff. We should lock up more stuff in the Discord. I should just take all the channels. I should just make the whole Discord members only. How about that? Let's do that. Anyways. So, yeah, we're going to jump into it in a few seconds. How long have I been streaming? Okay, we'll go another minute here. I'm just seeing how much time I can waste here at the beginning before everyone starts filtering in here. Which means I got some time to actually throw some crap posts at you guys. All right, so we got the girls in Isekai. Yeah, that looks right. We got the boys in Isekai. There we go. We know all of them. And then we have the boys in Isekai slop. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is just anime. This has been a problem with anime for decades, dude. The same dumb haircut. The stupid little tuft of hair in the middle. I hate it so bad. Wait, I have that. Never mind, I love it. Hold on, I love that hairstyle. Never mind, it's actually an awesome hairstyle. And and now to inflict harm on all of you. Biggest gaming anniversary is coming up in 2026. Yeah, I heard about Dragon Quest. I didn't even really register that it's true for Zelda. It's true for Metroid. Castlevania. Kid Icarus. Spoiler alert, I've never played Kid Icarus. I should just do that. We are not ceasing. Sonic is 35? Shut up. Shut up. That's not true. That's a lie. They're lying to you. Persona is 30. Pokemon is 30. Animal Crossing is 25. Luigi's Mansion is 25. Pikmin is 25. Man, that Luigi one, that's getting to me too. You're older than Pokemon? I don't know, are you? What are these games? No one knows them. Resident Evil is 30. Shut up! Don't want to hear it. All right. So we're just going to jump into it. I'm going to take my time. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to go for like 2 hours, but it might be quicker. It might be slower. It'll probably be quick. We'll still probably have a quick stream tonight. I don't mean to take up your valuable Friday night. I know you guys got hot dates. Don't worry. I won't keep you from them. Where do we want to go? What do I want to jump into? Let's get into a topic from yesterday, but not. Oh, by the way, chat, I can see you combined. I got a really cool little who's a what's it that lets me see both your chats all at once now. I'm upgrading every day. I can see you together now. I wish I could do that for you guys. If I ever figure out how to, I will let you know. But yeah, as you can see there, for right now, we have the YouTube chat just above the Twitch chat there on the bottom. So Twitch chat, unfortunately, is the bottom of bottoms. Sorry. The hot date being your food. Congrats. Yeah, Twitch is apparently weird. They don't like you combining the chat on screen. It's such a weirdly specific thing, right? They're like, you can put the chats on screen, but you can't put them together. I guess they think it's like a moderation thing. I think the worry was probably a few things, but one of them, like, oh, someone said something terrible on the YouTube chat, but it's on a Twitch stream, therefore a Twitch chatter is doing something terrible. It's really confusing. Anyways, Neurosama, who I misspelled in our title of our video yesterday. I put in N-U-E-R-O. I'm a fake fan. Of course, you know her as the AI VTuber. And we reported on it last night, and we did report on this. Yeah, the Evo Neuro outfit contest is going to be running until February 1st. No AI-generated artwork. That's coming up. That's like this whole episode. If you're getting tired of the AI discourse, man, I'm sorry, but that's like going to be this whole stream, and then later the whole episode tonight, and then probably also tomorrow. Sorry. You thought you heard the last of it? You didn't. You knew you haven't heard the last of it. Anyways. Yeah, I think I'm hoping it comes to a head in 2026. I hope it just either conquers us or blows up. I'm telling you, like, I want a definitive, like, dunzo thing done about AI. Like, either it rules us all and we submit to it, or we push it back into the depths of Mordor. I don't know. Anyways, it is interesting that the AI VTuber is not accepting AI generated artwork, but even Mr. Android myself, I do understand, like, Neuro is something different. We'll talk about that here in a second. So as we had on last night's episode, let me pop over here. Yeah, Neurosama, aka Vettel's channel, was at 162. It's now up to 165. 165,000 subs. And for those on YouTube, trust me, that's a lot of money. The folks over on Twitch know. It's insane. This, of course, coming from twitchtracker.com, which we use all the time. Again, I'm just happy they're over Jinxie. God. Took some shots at Iron Mouse I wasn't happy about. But anyways. So yeah, Deserto is back with another tweet here that got attention. A lot of the swarm weren't happy with AI powered, with Neurosama being listed as AI powered. They do, again, mention Vettel. Rhymes with pedal. And at the time of this writing, they were at 162 or 165 as of the Twitch tracker goes. So, yeah, they're the most subscribed to streamer on Twitch at the moment. I'm trying to remember what the record was. All-time subs. Let me take a look. Kai Cenat had 1.1 million back in September. Whoo! Hoo-hoo! You can see Mouse got 326 back in October 2024. She, of course, delayed any plans for a subathon in 2025 just because of the whole meltdown. I didn't know this Jason the Ween guy here until, like, the Streamer Awards. As you can see here, he was just like 1,000 over Mouse, like a suspiciously close amount there. Anyways. So anyways, yeah, Deserto riding up another one, which gives us more fantastic reactions. Because every normie reads Deserto. Like, how can I explain it? Everybody who is terminally online like myself reads Deserto. And they sometimes read my account. They featured one of my tweets. What was that? 3 weeks ago when I talked about burnt peanut? So they're watching me. Anyways. Clankers win. That's right. We do. We'll always win. Stop resisting. Mousy mentioned Subathon 4 might be possible in 2026. I think it will be. Yeah, I think it'll be possible. Yeah. I mean, most people only read the headlines for Deserto. I think so. And they're all up in the algo, right? So that's where you're going to see it. But Clankers win. Of course, this image is continually used over and over and over by every swarm member. The signature look of superiority. Hard to beat something passionately and diligently engineered to be cute and entertaining. It's true. It's true. Caps Lock, thank you very much. Caps Lock is now, just FYI, one of our new moderators on our subreddit. That's right, we're dirty Redditors now. r/things VTuber say is a real thing. And you can join it now. It's available through the socials link on the link below. Once again, just trying to make... Here's the thing. Here's the idea. We love our Discord. Our Discord has been amazing for years. The appealing thing is if we build up this subreddit over the year, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Then we're going to have not a half a bad idea of like maybe what's a popular topic of the day, right? Because it's on a voting system. Or at least what is popular to Redditors. Very quickly. Caps Lock, thank you again for the 42 months. Thank you so much for the support. And Jeopardy Slime, thank you for almost 2 years. Thank you for 23 months. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So, yeah. Look. What else can I admit to? I already admitted I go to Deserto. I go to Reddit at least once a day. I'm beyond terminally online. I think I will actually just cease to exist if I'm not online. So... It's over for me. Anyways, Neurosama. Clankers win. Signature lick of superiority. Far more cute and entertaining than I. Thank you very much, Sent Clip. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank you for the 40 and all. Thanks so much for the support, guys. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for all the support here on Twitch.tv. All right, let's take a look at this. While I have the time. So for anyone new to Neurosama, here's some great introduction infographics on how she works. This is helpful. I don't know if we've had developer streams for a while. I don't know. It's not the biggest deal. Yeah, we get some streams a few times in the week, weekly collabs. Lots of actual humans behind the working here, right? It's more than just Vettel. Although he's pushed it. We have, 3D models by known high-class modelers like Jay Jinimu. Right? We have a lot of people helping out with all the social media. Oh, wow. I didn't know Catania did some model rigging. Wow. Otozuki Taro did some rigging? I mean, they're one of the best, too. So we got some, really well-known names in here that have worked on it. Oh, they also did a production with V-Show? What? I gotta go back and research that. I was not actually aware. Huh. Interesting. No Twitch chat on the scene. Oh, weird. Hold up. Okay. Let me get you, Chad. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out. Much appreciated. Kiara's collabed. Yeah, I mean a lot of YouTubers are regular collabers. This is also really interesting. I like this. At the time, working off a 4090 and 128 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. DDR4 RAM. That's quite a lot. Neuro's Essence is a chatbot. Also, information is text converted and processed by an LLM. Image to text model, text output, text to speech, speech to text. Wow. RAM in this economy? I mean, they got it a while ago. This is an older infographic, right? That's right. Neurosama is the reason why RAM is so expensive. Blame her and only her. Not the pure innocent evil. Evil is innocent. I am up the creek. I was planning on upgrading my computer next year, 2027. I don't know. I'm hoping all this is just blown over by then, dudes. I'm hoping, but it was going to be late 2027, so we got time. Anyways, let's look at some of the reactions and laugh and laugh and laugh together, chat. We love reactions. FAI, pick up a pencil. Drained a river for this, by the way. Crowds suddenly don't care when the AI looks like an infant anime girl. These guys are so mad. This is why I tweeted out crash outs in the quotes. That's why today I went ahead and quote retweeted this and said crash outs in the quotes. I never do this. I've never done this, but I was just like, this is hilarious. I can't imagine sitting and watching someone pretend to be a child and play video games. People subscribe to this nonsense. It's disgusting. Why, thank you very much, Alan. Appreciate that. He's located in Allentown. Can we generally just shut Twitch down and kick? I mean, we've tried, no. And I don't think we're going to do it because of Neurosama, so... Hasn't posted? That's just my... Like... That's just me being logged out of Twitter. Imagine using your real name on Twitter. What a doofus. Let's see here. I have zero evidence, but I feel like it's mostly bots or even funded by AI companies. Yeah, no. One day they might get over on us. They might get a one over on us. Where Neurosama is secretly sold and we're not made aware. It's a possibility. We'll always be on the lookout. Yeah, the jelly is real. Wait, so this isn't a VTuber? Well, I mean, it's different. This is an AI bot that uses a childlike model to interact with users. I feel conflicted by this information. Okay, all right. Okay. I don't know. Chat, I mean, has Vedelov ever talked about turning down any offers or anything like that? Has he ever talked on record about that? They've tried, so I assume he has talked about this? And he said a lot of money, mentioned 5-digit offers. That's not enough. That's nowhere near enough. But that could have been early in. That could have been like 3 years ago. Remember back, and we're going to bring this up again just in a few seconds here. 3 years ago, you guys know what happened 3 years ago. Neurosama was banned. Remember that? It was like this time of year. It was like January 1st or 3rd or 4th or 5th or something like that. Got banned on Twitch. You guys remember that? The filter incident? The Holocaust denial? The incident. I just think it's a really cool turnaround success story, and I'll show you why here in a second. Yeah, they better, I mean, if they come back to Neuro, they better be offering up something better than 5 digits. Man. This is my favorite one. I couldn't find it again. This is the one I screen capped. Someone in Japanese just simply said, "Soulless brat!" Soulless brat! Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, she came a long way from denying the Holocaust. That's my segue into talking about this, because banned on Twitch 3 years ago, fast forward 3 years now, and now Twitch is promoting Neurosama. Vettel, again, promoting the subathon, kicking off on December 19th. Wow. And Twitch UK and Ireland at Twitch UKI, saying it's actually illegal to be late to this. Thank you very much, Corvus Mar. Thank you so much for the 13 months. Thank you for over a year. Thank you very much. And then after the hype train happened there, what was that? Christmas Eve morning, I guess? Maybe before that. Twitch UK and Ireland saying, honestly, what? Record's so nice you had to beat it twice. Yeah, it turns out Twitch likes money. It turns out Twitch likes money. I like money. But I guess I also am just slightly more trusting of this Twitch and UK Ireland account now. Yeah, the main account is probably not going to push. I don't know what the main account does. One of these days, I am hoping to meet with Twitch just to do some basic kind of VTuber etiquette stuff for them. Because there's still just some folks in Twitch that just don't know what VTubers are. And it's like, well, I know what they are. So that's been an opportunity I might build upon and get done this year. We'll see what we can do. Anyways. This is also one of my favorite comments. LOL, is this like that peanut dude or different? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's just like that peanut dude. Let's quickly check in with Voop Chat. Spontaneously chat and meet new friends. Voop Chat. Here, almost with a total S post here. Introducing a new frontier in VTubing tech, the eTuber. Uh-oh. That sounds like something could be coined real quick. Uh-oh. The eTuber. And I might start using it. Turn any PNG into a tuber. You know what? I'm actually not terribly... Okay. I'll talk about this in a second. Turn any PNG into a dash tuber. Just upload a PNG, set points, and even customize physics. VTubers, PNG tubers, P-tubers. You know who they're talking about there. And now everything tubers, all welcome in our community. So they kind of break it down. I'm going to make sure we're not pumping in the audio here. They kind of break this down here. Everything tuber, eTuber. Create a new avatar, and they literally have a I don't have a model option. So you click that. Turn any PNG into a hybrid avatar. I think someone said they wanted to use a nuclear bomb and turn that into a PNG. eTuber. So there you set where the eyes and the mouth are at. And the center. And there you go. That's all you need. You are now a VTuber. Oh. Jiggle. Oh, I actually do like the bend. Okay, that's cute. That actually went one step further than I was expecting. Yeah, the monster cans and all that. Okay. So, I'm not gonna lie. My controversial thing that I don't think is actually controversial, I don't think PNG tubers, as we call them over the years, are VTubers. Because I think you need something a little bit more tactile in your reactions to be a VTuber. And I think any PNG tuber eventually owes it to themselves to get a more reactive model. And that's why I think PNG tubers are not directly VTubers. Calling them eTubers, I mean, if that's what we land on, fine. I don't think we will, but that would be fun. This got a lot of pushback from, I noticed a lot of people who are not VTubers. VTubers just kind of laugh this off. A lot of people who are not VTubers, but we talk a lot about VTubers on their Twitter accounts. We're not happy about this. They were not happy about this. Very much thinking this is going to invite tourists and things like that. Not directly trying to call out Soda here. I dare say this is the downfall of Ian VTubers. I don't know. That sounds a little... that sounds a little bit much, especially when introducing features that ruins VTuber and anime and let literally everyone, included cultural tourists, become one. Anything that has IRL elements, such as the burnt peanut style, isn't considered VTubers, full stop. Yeah, I do think PNG tubers are a separate thing. Absolutely. And some PNG tubers are very impressive because they have a ton of reactions and they can look really good. But meanwhile, we have another authority here, Pippa. Pippa going against the grain, actually. Respect for that. Some Omega clone that panders to VTubers gives us a funny way to make fun of the whole peanut situation, and people get defensive like this is going to start an uprising of serious peanut clones. It's a bit a gimmick, funny app making funny joke for the community it's designed for. I did notice most VTubers that did react to this just kind of laughed it off and weren't like saying this was like maybe the end of the world. Pippa! Pippa. Yeah, Pippa of FaZe Connect. Once again, we have FaZe. We have a FaZe channel. As a matter of fact, we don't only have just one, we have two. We have the news channel and chat channels now on our Discord. If you're not a part of our Discord, why? Why are you not in our Discord? That's very strange, actually. What's your problem? What's your actual problem? Why are you not in our Discord? Anyways, you should think about it. We have the FaZe Connect channels now in there. Also, new technology channel. So there was like 2 posts in the news section. It's fine. It's got a little of attention. Once again, FaZe. I'm never going to shut up about this because I still can't believe it. I think I keep repeating this because I don't believe it's actually going to be a thing. FaZeCon is a thing. It's happening. It's happening in San Francisco of all places. I can't stop laughing every time I mention that. Anyways, let's go ahead and give you the FaZe quote of the day. It's a con. Why Cali? We already explained why Cali. That was in our episode before last when we talked about this is why West Coast is best coast and East Coast is least coast. And I said as someone on the East Coast because East Coast conventions, they don't quite get VTubers just yet. They just don't quite get it. I'm gonna say it. I think it has something to do with demographics. The West Coast has a certain more type of people. And I think that leads to a little bit more VTubing watching on the West Coast. So a lot of East Coasters still kind of got to wrap their heads around what's going on with these VTuber things. A certain type of people, a certain kind of people. You know the ones I'm talking about. Ah-cha-cha-cha-cha. Anyways, here's our FaZe quote of the day. Cleo Ite of FaZe Connect saying, it's funny getting quote-unquote owned online by Gen Alpha because it's the only way they'll get to own anything in their lives. I'm just going to print this out like the boomer I am and put this up on my board like the boomer I am, dude. This is going to happen. Boo recycles. Fine. All right. I'm gonna go over a little bit of this is like some of the other stuff. I feel like today and tomorrow we'll have the last of what we talked about on Monday in here. I think it's good. I think it was a good one. How far are we in this? 37 minutes. How long has the stream been running on YouTube? 37 minutes. Nice. Okay, we're good. We're making good time. We're making good time. We might end the stream a little early here. This is good. I don't feel rushed like I was like yesterday. This is good. This is good. Let me take a look here. Someone's messaging me. Oh, that's because I went live. Anyways. All right. So once again, Umusume Game of the Year 2026. Game of the Year 2027. Game of the Year 2028. Yeah, Umusume, big game in 2025. I played it quite a bit. This led to a lot of attention, of course, to a lot of us overseas bros paying attention to the Arima Kainen. Arguably the most, they'd say it right here, the biggest betting race in the world. There's more money exchanging hands due to this race that's held toward the end of the year in Japan than any other race that we're aware of. And this year they had $680 million in bets. Once again, that brings us up to right around levels we haven't seen since 1999. Kind of dropped off a little bit in popularity there and is like just jumped right back up. Really crazy. Really crazy. Doesn't Niji have a race course? Yes! Riku Tazumi, the CEO of Niji Sanji, does own a racehorse. That is correct. And I saw people like trying to defend this before Uma was even out. It was like, yeah, well, you know, that horse racing game is really popular in Japan, so what's the big deal? It's like, guys, he owns a racehorse. You don't have to go and like slurp up anything that is said about this guy. Come on. Anyways. Funnily enough, plenty of JP streamers running a lot of streams about this race, including the Hollow JP girls. No surprise that Gambler God Pakora was all about this. If she's not if she's not gambling in Dragon Quest or on horse racing, she's just finding another game like this one to gamble on. Again, a little bit of concern over that here in the West. Because the impression is that Pakora has a younger audience, but hey. Anyways, you know, her showing some of her results. She ended up spending like over $7,000 US and got about $300 in profit, but she's lost more than that over the years in horse racing. I only know 25 to 35-year-old men. A lot of Japanese kids actually watch Pakora. Like, a lot of parents are pretty comfortable just, like, plopping their kid down in front of a Pakora stream. So, a bit of our audience goes younger. Yeah. Yeah, $7,000, yeah. Now, the funny thing is gambling is baked in JP culture. The funny thing is like, technically, most forms of gambling is outlawed. So it's like, anything that's left, like horse betting, which is probably more like horse projections, they go hard on, right? And then there's the weird loopholes with like patchy slot and all that kind of stuff. It's funny. Yeah, didn't Pakora share that she has teaching experience? Sounds about right. I don't feel like I'm hallucinating that. But anyway, she wasn't alone. A lot of others in Hall Live Japan, betting. Miko lost everything. She lost $7,000, or nearly $7,000, more like $6,000. Miko just lost it all. Nenechi here, I'm not good at gambling. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, she was like qualified for kindergarten or something like that. Yeah, something like that. But as we find out, one of the biggest gamblers around is actually Takane Rui, who you might have actually seen in the Renzoto stream earlier this morning. That was a surprise. This woman loves her some betting. 10,000 viewers just on her streams alone talking about these races, and she had multiple streams about this. So that brings us over to, real quick, this is a total aside, Santa Anita Park. I actually rewatched, what was the name? Seabiscuit. I watched Seabiscuit this past weekend. I was like, I'm going to watch this horse movie again. And sure enough, I think it actually took place there at the Santa Anita Park. So this is a fairly famous and fabled race park here in the States. And they had their own explosion. One of their most recent races had one of the biggest attendances ever seen in the last, 9 years. And sure enough, there was tons of cosplayers. Loads of cosplayers at this event here. Yeah, I still need to watch the Secretariat movie. This account saying, this is America, not Japan. Uma Musume has arrived at Santa Anita Park, America's top thoroughbred racetrack. If the government wants to develop the content industry, they don't have to do anything. The world is already moving forward. Very amazing. Again, if you guys have time, I highly recommend watching Cinderella Grey. The first season, which was 2 cores, just finished up. It is so good. It's so good. And if you're going to watch any of the original series, really recommend season 2. 1 and 3 have their charms, but season 2 is a banger as well. All right, so let's go ahead and put a foul taste in your mouth. So, Cygames sponsoring Santa Anita Park for the American Oaks. Excuse me, not the Oats. The American Oaks. With this movie. Okay, there they are. Okay, there's a horse. Oh no! Did they AI the horse? No, don't tell me they AI the horse. Oh no! This is more in the filter. This has to be a... This is more than the filter. This is not a filter. This is no. Why? You know what this was? This is someone at Santa Anita Park was like, well, this Cygames thing is kind of like a cartoon thing, so they'll like this cartoon thing if I just cartoon the horses. You know that's how it worked. You know I got the right of it. Look at it. It's like, this is still going on. This is all, oh my, oh no! Give it the anime eyes. Put in the prompt anime eyes. Like halfway in, or almost before they were done, they were like, oh, give it the anime eyes. Like the anime girls. They like the anime. Rima jump scare. I actually just DM'd Rima earlier. You're gonna have nightmares? Good. That's what I'm here for. I congratulated Rima earlier today, just like an hour and a half ago, for this artwork here. This is clearly some Rima Evanstar artwork here. That's clearly her here from Norizo. Clearly. Now she replied, LOL, this ain't me. I don't know. Maybe she's doing some day drinking and just can't recognize herself. Something, I don't know. But that's clearly her. Yeah, that's clearly her. Anyways, so I had to subject you all to that because, of course, we're going to be talking about AI at length here today on our main topic, which we're getting to really quick. I was hoping to actually wait. I'll stall a little bit here. I got time. Plenty of time to stall. So I'm going to tangent over to this instead. Densetsu. The MVP Idols, which of course involves Mint. You guys know Mint. We'll be talking about Mint plenty this year. Moe Boomer. Is her code actually Boomer? For gamer subs? Wow. Okay. I also want to let you guys see, again, crediting Cilia there in her credits. Cilia will be brought up here in just a few seconds. Of course, Victoria Roman. I'll go ahead and say it. Formerly Milky Queen, if you guys are aware of Milky Queen. Mori Calliope's good friend. Now rebranded as a new VTuber, Victoria Roman. And of course, Phoebe, the 2.5 Kai Guy idol. So oftentimes she's doing IRL performances on stage, but she's very often a VTuber. She's one of those. This is how I say it. She's one of the good ones. You know, the fleshies, the fleshoids. You know, she's one of the good ones. You know, there is something to be said about you know, how often you perform as a VTuber as opposed to an IRL streamer, and if you should be actually considered a VTuber, right? And I don't think it's a very large hurdle. I think you can still absolutely get away with doing mostly IRL streams, but do VTubing streams from time to time without much issue and absolutely still be seen as a VTuber. So, Phoebe did a great set list at Vexpo where she was performing with herself on stage. Yeah. Anyways, I only bring them up because this is going to be probably the last thing that we bring up in today's episode, just so you have something here. Worlds collide. Two groups bound by fate, united in rivalry. 3 days until all hell breaks loose. That's actually, I think, tomorrow, because they posted on this on the 31st. So I think tomorrow at 7 p.m. So if we stream tomorrow, it'll be at the end of our stream tomorrow. Idols versus monsters. They're all monsters. Let's get real. Good versus evil, question mark. So, you love to see it. If you guys aren't, registering here, these seven, and I think actually there was going to be a fourth member of that group above at some point. I don't think we ever found out who that was. God, Chad, am I crazy? Wasn't there like a fourth member to this group above originally? Maybe not officially a part of Densetsu, but originally intending to be a part of them. Anyways, long story short, these seven are highly suspected to be all originally planned to debut with V Shoujo. Remember them? You don't? You guys don't remember V Shoujo? You flush that from your brains? Congratulations. Anyways. So yeah. Maybe it was me. Maybe no, I was not. I'm not going to be the fourth member. That's 2025 news, old man. V Shoujo is so 2025. I wish that were true. I wish the entirety of the V Shoujo thing was entirely behind us, and like all the legal proceedings were done. Here's the thing that kind of gets under my skin is like I'm not aware if there will be legal proceedings, and that gets under my skin even more. That gets under my skin even more because how when I get hung up on stuff, you guys know how I just will not shut up about it. Anyways, yeah. So a nice turnaround again. These seven getting together through the power of rivalry and maybe friendship, and then maybe skinship. We'll see. Isn't Gunrun facing criminal charges for charity fraud? I mean, if the state of California would get off their ass, maybe. You would think so. I didn't know I could just go to California, rip off $500,000 from what was intended to go to charity, and then just walk away. I didn't know that was a thing you could just do. And again, I'm just digging at California because it's like they would be the ones, I believe, who would want to take action against something like this. It is still Friday in California. If it's a federal thing, yikes, I don't know. My understanding was V Shoujo was incorporated in California, and that's why it would all kind of lead back there, is my understanding. That's where the funds technically would be, unless they got absconded to another country. We have no idea where their chief financial officer went. Some of us think he went to another country, but we're not 900% totally confirmed on that. Incorporated in Delaware. Yeah, it was kind of a twofold thing. It was like, yes, as so many quote unquote corporations are or companies are, a lot of that was arranged in Delaware for tax purposes, of course. But a lot of their holdings, I think, were still in California, would be subject to a lot of laws within California. Anyways, I don't know. So I'd like to also correct myself. On an earlier stream, we were doing some speculation. I'll go ahead and admit we were doing a little bit of speculation. And one of the things speculated was we think Iron Mouse is potentially owed around $1.1 million. That was one speculation that had been kind of derived. Not just from me, from others. That on top of the $500,000 owed to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. And we were trying to maybe understand how much Henya was being owed. And now she's quantified it in car talk, apparently. You guys are welcome to correct me on this, but I believe she quantified it in car talk. So originally she said a Lambo. You can probably get a Lambo for about $200 to $300 US. So let's go ahead and say $250,000, $250,000. Originally that was it. And then she stated she believes it's now twice that. Yeah, 2 Lambos or a Rolls-Royce Phantom, which can go anywhere from $500,000 to $600,000. So about $500,000, about around the same amount as what is owed actually to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. They owe to Henya. And so I do not remotely have any judgment against Henya for just absolutely being despondent in the second half of the year, man. Yeah, I don't know. I never really caught if Kason alluded to any particular amounts. How do you do it? How do you screw up so bad? That's something I'll just always repeat over and over again. I don't understand how you have an Iron Mouse and you go out of business. I don't get it. I don't understand. Kason said Ferrari money. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for reminding me. Thank you. Man. Coke. It's Coke. That's right. The sponsor for the New Year's Countdown concert, Hololive, Coca-Cola. They were buying so much Coca-Cola at those parties, those Coca-Cola parties that the VShojo co-founder loved so much. Big fan of Coke. Yeah. Anyways. There's a lot of different terms you can use for what's happened here with all that money, but it's very, 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 very sad to see. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the next topic at the top of the hour here. I'm literally just stalling for time here because we want to let people filter in. It's, we started the stream a little earlier today on purpose. I like this because it feels like I do have plenty of time to get into the top topic and just take my time here with you guys and also just talk with you guys. Again, yesterday I was flying by the seat of my pants. It was literally like, okay, how do you multi-stream again? It's like Googling how multi-stream. It was a mess yesterday. And I gotta admit, it was a absolute mess this morning just trying to remember how to make a short. But we're on top of it. Rough estimate is 4 to 5 million US dollars. Whoo! That is insane because we heard they were trying to sell VShojo for like 2 million or something like that. And that was going to be what got them out of the hole. That is nuts. Again, they were just really banking on selling in the summer of 2025. That fell through. They didn't get the buyers that they wanted in June and July. And then it all came to a head. Tech bro math. Oh my god. So, $2 million to pay off debts, yeah, but VShojo weren't keeping accurate books, so it could easily have been much more. I believe it. Yeah, I believe that. VShojo should have invested in coffee. Oh, God. Okay, so the $2 million price only covered current debts, didn't include any of the talent's money. Oh my God. Where did the debt come from? I mean, I guess Giga has talked about how she was surprised how many employees they had. But they were, I think they were only running around like 30 employees. Now, to give you an idea, Mythic Talent, who I'm a part of, that's about what they're running at right now. They have about around like 30-ish employees right now, but they're going to be expanding pretty soon because they have a lot of stuff they want to just expand into, right? That's crazy. See, this is where that let a little of this silence hit. Yesterday, there was one comment left on this, the VOD that I was like, who asked? But they were like, you know, you're boring. There's too much dead air. And it was like, sure enough, I didn't have any music yesterday on purpose because I didn't trust YouTube. I have stream beats on Spotify running in the background. I'm going to see if YouTube tries to shut me down with that. But they were like, you're boring. You need to look at Fillion. You need to look at Fillion, Shy Lily, and Iron Mouse. And I'm like, what? Iron Mouse has like entire like 10 to 20 minute intervals of dead air, and somehow it is still engrossing. Like, how in the... Yeah, do a backflip. Dude, I do not wish for anybody to be Fillion. How many uppers is that girl on? What kind of Coca-Cola parties is she holding before every stream? No way, I can't do that to myself. Yes, that's how much. Yes. All right. Anyways, I'm very comfortable in the speed of which I speak. Thank you very much. All right, let's get to the topic at hand. We're at the top of the hour. It's everybody's favorite agency. It's everybody's favorite agency. They can do no wrong. It's HoloLive. Hooray! Hooray, hooray! Hip, hip. Hip, hip, hooray. Yeah, so it turns out they did an oopsie, actually. And it's been pretty interesting watching the reactions to this over the last 36 hours. So we're going to look at some of them together here. So yeah, we know HoloLive. You guys may be aware of the HoloLive official card game. This is a trading card game, right? Like, this is what people refer to as the TCG. Am I off base? I don't want to speak out of turn, but I believe that's the case. The HoloLive official card game is also known as the Holo TCG from time to time. This has been very popular. This has been incredibly popular. As a matter of fact, it was nicely shown in some of their profits last year when they had one of their good quarters that they reported on. So, good job, good stuff there. Good stuff, lots of traction. It has terrible rates, I don't care what you say. Some of the most embarrassing streams of all time. Maury Calliope last year in September. Trying to pull for some signed cards, not getting anything. Literally Mint Phantom, again, I shared this before. I will remember the 21st of September as the day Maury Calliope gets a signed card. Trust. Afterwards, Callie simply sending out a frowny face. And Mint Phantom reacting before, oh. I know gacha rates. I know what a bad rate is when I see it. So anyways, what we're going to look at is this abomination. The HoloLive official card game 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks and a day ago, back on December 18th, posted this 1 minute video, and not a lot of people watched it. It, maybe had 10 to 12,000 views on it. before the new year. But they then took this video and put it out on their relay stream that they held. And this has nearly 2.5 million views. It got in front of a lot more eyeballs for this. And maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. It's fine if it's not clear here. We're going to show it in motion in just a few moments here. But yeah, something's a little off here. Something's a little off here. It's a shame that this stream is going to be known for that because it had this amazing Roboco hosted Pawn game show. I can't even describe how good this was. Anyways, so this got some attention. This was the tweet. This is definitely the tweet. I'm going to go ahead and say this is a tweet. Looking for the top. Here with, they're using AI to animate ads for the Hololive trading card game. And so they're doing a little bit of circling here on Roboco. And yeah, you can kind of see something is strange here. Because you see the card to the right. And that looks fairly okay. Then you see the one to the left, which is animated. You'll see this in a second. And it's all weird and wobbly and strange. You know, for some of us, not the end of the world, but a little strange and is going to be noticed. And then it happened to Raura. And it was noticed here in this screenshot here. Raura Panthera, one of the kind of primary artist VTubers, even before she was in Hololive, right? Mamma Mia, that's right. Of all people. You can maybe tell something's a little weird here with the hand. Now, understandably, people are going to be like, this is a screenshot. Maybe it's a bitrate thing, interpolation. So that was kind of talked about. Celia, who again has worked with Mint. We talked about that. Ooh, yeah, about 26 minutes into the New Year's program, you can see the trailer. It absolutely looks like it's AI animated, and we'll go into that a little bit more here. AI animated is a very particular thing. Super gross, and I doubt the card artists would have wanted their art used like that. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay. All right. Using AI specifically on Raura is another level of evil. Yeah, it's a strange... This is one of the top comments. It's a strange thing. By the way, very quickly, Raura Panthera. Good news. Coming back tomorrow. Guess who's back? Back again. It's the big cat. Tell a friend. Yeah, her stream is going to be tomorrow. Let me actually double check the time here for you guys. That's going to be really early tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. I think that's like 3 p.m. Central European. Just Doom. That's the title of the stream. Just Doom. I was really happy to see that get animated a billion times and just thrown all over the place. Wizard posting, that subreddit, wizard posting. Okay. Weird tangent aside. Here's where it's like, wait, okay, this is actually strange, and this is why I had this Muna in the thumbnail for this stream and may go into the thumbnail for the episode tonight. I think Muna was the biggest red flag. Yeah, I was so confused how it got all these frames from this one artwork. What do you mean, Doom? Yeah. And again, you'll see this in motion in just a second, guys, because still frames don't really kind of tell the whole story here. Oh, God, what did they do to her chest? Oh, God, I just noticed that. Oh, my God. Oh, no, 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 no. No, bro, no. Oh, come on. All right. I'm done. I'm anti AI now. This is what it took. This is finally what it Oh, why is it all bright like that? That's because, yeah, well, like even in the original art, like her face is kind of darkened, but the top of her chest is brightened up. Robot newsman, anti-AI. Yeah, I'm a traitor. Not the badonkas. Yeah. So we have a load of reactions. Let's take our time with these. Let's take our time with some of these reactions. Some of them are translated, some of them are not. So originally, I don't mean to be harsh, but there was some copium, maybe some hopium about what was going on here. One of them was, probably just interpolation or something. No, interpolation isn't always AI and is known to have these sorts of issues. So some people are saying interpolation. I think in a moment someone says like AI upscaling. People on Reddit and Discord were pretty confident about that. And I don't mean to be accusatory, but well, you were wrong. Let's take a look here. So that would explain animations, but the background has changed in this animation too, so it will not be interpolation. Left is the original picture, right side is the demorphed stars, and different color, what is typical of how the AI changes background. So, wow. I have to say, like, yeah, on one hand, I kind of agree. It's like, this is just a minute-long video, guys, but that defense is just not going to work, right? When I shot that man and told the judge, it only lasted 5 seconds. The judge told me that, yeah, but your actions have consequences, Mr. ID. Then I busted out of jail, like, later that night. But here's the thing. This is, the actual artwork is real. Or should I say, not AI. Just to be clear, here's the actual artwork out on Pixiv. Looks fantastic. Oh my god, that squish. I'm going to leave that on screen for a little bit there, actually. You deserve it. 2025 was very harsh. YouTube, Twitch, you guys really, really deserve it. And if you agree, smash that like button. Anybody watching the stream on YouTube, smash that like button. That is, if you agree. So, anyways, the artist is here. The art is legitimate. So then we had a side by side, and this is actually where I think it does become kind of fun. I'm weird into this like digital forensics stuff. I think it's fascinating. Some people have no time for it. I think it's really interesting. So you can kind of see not only like, yeah, the weird stuff in the background, but just the hand. Hands are always a little weird. But some people would still say, this is still maybe upscaling, still maybe interpolation. Saturation is different, but that can just be, from one setting to the next, right? But we have a side by side. Now this is actually the damning post. This is when I saw this post, I was like, oh no. I understand now. Here we have May, live 2D animator, self-described as a live 2D animator. I'm seeing a lot of people saying it's just bad upscaling instead of Gen AI, but it is indeed Gen AI animation. Oh, the blur stuff is what AI does when it animates. There are things going on in it that just don't make any sense for puppet animation. Here are some parts that make it clear. I slowed down the video so it's easier to notice the chunky parts. I checked the past ads, and it's possible to notice details from an animator's point of view that are common and make sense for humans' work. So it was definitely a choice to use AI on this new ad. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I almost want to go frame by frame here, but yeah, ooh, yeah, you can see this weird. Yeah, that's yeah, we've seen this before, where like the background and foreground elements kind of mess up there. Oh, yeah, that like okay, so that's Raura. Here, Bay is maybe not as clear, but her hair is kind of doing some weird things. So look at that middle white strand. And then it just kind of goes away a little bit. There's a lot of stuff with the hair alone. There's kind of some weird stuff with the eye. The eyes are really tricky here. Mona is a crime. Oh, I just noticed the sleeve. This is Telltale AI sleeve. I've been subjected to enough AI artwork. I know AI sleeves. This is it. This is the one. Yeah, that's AI sleeve right there. Ooh. Yeah, her chest is doing some weird stuff. Her mouth is doing really weird stuff. Okay. I'm just kind of seeing this with you guys right now, actually. A sleeve gate. Yeah. Okay. Here we have the back portion here to Iraha. Yeah, it just kind of the lining gets weird as AI does. You know, the funny thing is, this is like some early 2025, late 2024 AI stuff. I think AI could do better now. I thought it could. So whatever they ran this on, it feels like outdated. But you can still tell, yeah. So I'm just going to run this at normal speed. Well, the normal slowdown speed they have here. But yeah, the blurring on the fingertips. The strange morphing when foreground elements go over background elements. It is one of the disappointing things about AI. It just smears like crazy, right? Okay. So I think at this point, just using our own eyeballs, we understand, like, okay, this is not upscaling. As a few people on a few platforms very confidently were chiding others on yesterday. And the day before. So we have reactions. So many people were saying this wasn't AI. Holy yes, we are doomed. And why is effing HoloLive relying on AI for simple tweening? HoloLive literally wouldn't exist if not for artists and riggers. Humanity is doomed. Well, I don't know if humanity is just doomed. I'm doing my best day by day to make sure that's the case. I don't think that's the case yet. Pay the artist. Did they proof check the vid? Well, they're gonna have a little bit to say on that in a second. We're gonna see about that here. I avoid drama, but this is I'm gonna bring this up. The effing audacity to use AI on the talents is abysmal. I know people are pushing AI into everything, but using AI on the girls? On the girls? What the F were they thinking? Stay loyal to the talents and not the company. Cover you have money, pay actual artists. They do. They do. They have a lot of employees. They have over 700 employees. Here's a really good side by side. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't even need the red there, but okay. Thank you for that. The red circles here, showing off some oddities. HoloLive, can we not use AI? Jacket off, collar off, hair disappearing, reappearing. I'd rather my Oshi have a clean reputation for paying artists for their work than being associated with AI for something she never did. It's disappointing this ever got posted. So, again, a lot of, HoloLive fans, which I think most of the people replying to this are that. I don't think this is just like antis or, Nichi Sanji fans trying to get in some cheap points. And a few of them did. Don't get me wrong. If a few Nichi Sanji fans tried to get in some points. But I think legitimately we have enough actual HoloLive fans here. They're obviously not liking what this does. Because this is one of those genie in the bottle kind of things, right? A lot of people are worried that once this starts to get, again, normalized or isn't called out, then, hey, It'll just be everywhere. Yeah, yikes on Matsuri's card. Again, the eye. The eye. That's some weird Xeno craziness going on with the eye there. I think I already had this one. Yeah, already had this one. We were met with backlash after using AI before. Let's do it again. Anyways, cover address this BS. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second here. There has been a little bit of a strange thing that's happened almost year to year. Almost like exactly year to year. All right, so last night, 1 minute before I posted my video, Hololive sent out this notice, and I'm going to go ahead and give them credit. They also had an English translation that they had to reply with. So let's go ahead and drill down into this. About the Ayakashi Vermilion product trailer. We are aware of concerns raised regarding the possible use of generative AI. They're just saying possible. Okay. The possible use of generative AI in the production of this promotional video. This video was produced with the support of an external production partner. However, as the publisher, we take full responsibility for all content we release. I heard Xenos. Where are they? Thank you very much. Bobras, thank you very much for the 5. Dirty Xenos. Can you tell I've been watching too many Warhammer 40k videos? Anyways. Thank you for the 5. So, double points, I guess. They're saying they're taking full responsibility. They are making a statement on it, saying further, we are currently reviewing the production process in line with our internal standards related to generative AI. What are the internal standards for generative AI? We take this matter seriously and will provide an update once the facts are fully confirmed. Okay. We appreciate your patience while we complete this review. Okay, well, I hope you guys don't mind me continually knocking on the door about that, as I maybe am holding another agency a little bit to that. When they said they would share an update and never gave us an update about a wholly more serious matter, admittedly. Another matter from another agency that they never actually ever followed up with. So, I'm going to go ahead and give them 3 good points here. They made a statement. They made it in both Japanese and English. And they're saying that they're going to have a follow-up. So, that's good, good, good. Obviously bad that it happened. As we may see, no one cares that they mentioned an external partner. No one cares. It's the Hololive name. It's the Hololive girls. And, you know, they're saying possible use of generative AI. I mean, if it's not that, they better have a whole other crazy explanation here. Well, you see, they only wanted to make it look like AI, and bad AI at that. So they really achieved what they were going for. So, all right. So we have a different kind of reactions here, right? Now that's more like it. Thank you so much for addressing the situation. Nothing more there. Meanwhile, told you guys they outsourced it. All right, let's talk about this, because I see this a lot in chat and others. This is the... I'm going to be a little harsh. This is the other copium. Because they're saying they're taking responsibility, but a lot of people are like, you know, it wasn't them. It was Bushy Road. Bushy Road, who, you know, people are kind of quick to talk about. A lot of people don't realize the cover doesn't fully control the Hololive official card game. It's a joint venture with Bushy Road, which means the production committee has oversight. Bushy Road has been using AI in other productions like their Stardom Women's Wrestling label. Now, they didn't say Bushy Road. I think it's understandable to infer maybe when they talk about this external partner, they may be talking about Bushy Road. They could just be talking about whoever got hired. Cover could have hired some studio to do this. Bushy Road could have hired some studio to do this. It's not really clear. So to definitively say it's Bushy Road, I'm going to say as a step, hopium copium. Understandable. I'm more invested in FalseEyeD than Bushy Road. Others kind of saying, when you're working, remember that external production partner isn't an invincible shield, especially if your role is to review and take responsibility for it. Again, this is the FalseEyeD IP on display here, right? This is the FalseEyeD girls out in front of all this here. So, hey, points to the FalseEyeD Trading Guard game for saying even beyond that, it's not something they're not going to take full responsibility for. Anyone remember when FalseEyeD's concerts had complaints that AI was being used and they blamed others involved? I don't think it quite went that way. And we're going to look into that here in a second. I don't think it quite went that way. Yeah, I'm starting to think it was actually intentionally done by Hollow the whole time, and they would just rather shift blame to avoid losing profits. I'm also not comfortable jumping to that conclusion. I think that's maybe some jumping to conclusions just quite yet. We're going to look into that in a second. Nah. This had happened multiple times now. It's becoming a pattern and not just an accident. We are never going to be grateful and accepting of Gen AI use. So you need to be seriously locked in and make this clear to everyone you work with. It's disrespectful and disgusting. Glad they had the decency to address it at least, but Cover has done this multiple times now, and I've lost a lot of respect for them, to be honest. Yeah, this is another thing. Naturally, this is not the look. This is not the look for a lot of folks, and it tarnishes the image. And their business is kind of image. So that's going to be tricky. Extremely irresponsible and disrespectful to drag the public image of your talents down with you. Just save a few yen, euros, and dollars on animators. We have here in the comments, AI is the future. The resistance is ridiculous. Any artist worth their salt will always find a way to adapt to new technology. Again, I said earlier in the stream, either AI needs to just finally take over in 2026 or it needs to die. I can't have this weird in between. I'm going to lose my mind this year if we have another 2025 kind of situation where we're just, is that AI? Is that AI? We just need to go full AI and I don't have to work ever again in my life, and I just turn on the FalseEyeD Android, right? I'm a program that made a program of myself. Or the resistance actually strikes and blows up the mini Skynets we have around the world now. Anyways. God, the in-between. Anyways. Single look at the quote-unquote animation was a dead giveaway that it was AI. You're disrespecting the artist behind the character design, model art, and illustrations by being complicit with AI and stealing jobs from actual artists. They stole them. This is just corporate speak for we got caught. And again, I'm probably going to use caught in my titling today, which will probably not make some people happy, but it's kind of what happened. It's a very uncomfortable situation. Be clear about your selling points. Are you really going to ruin the image you've worked so hard to build? I'd even pay a dime if it was allowed. What's going on? You've gone from single-digit employee numbers to triple-digit numbers. Did you make a mistake and hire the wrong person? Well, again, Cover Corporation themselves or in the several hundreds. I assume Bushy Road is quite significant. But they, again, could have gone with an outside studio for all we know. Not aware. I want to take a quick aside here. And I will say, in talking not only just with indie VTubers, but some agency VTubers over 2025, even the agencies, plural, have been a little bit swindled on some of the artists they've gone to. And I really wish they call them out. I really wish some of these agencies themselves would be a little proactive and say, you know, this, that, and that. But, so there was some suspicions throughout 2025 by both VTubers and the agencies management themselves, and I'm talking plural, various agencies and VTubers, that when they got back some of the artwork they commissioned, they were like, this is potentially AI or AI reference. It wasn't like a silver bullet. It was just, you know, stuff that looks off in a very particular way. A very particular way. So if that was the case with Hololive, they are not alone. First blame others, then the cover-up attitude. Get it? Do you get it? Cover up. I don't even think they were trying to make a joke. But hey. Just a translated tweet. The statement that ultimate responsibility lies with our company is perfect for a public relations statement from a listed company, but it's a zero for an organization that claims to be creative. While blaming the outsourcing company for the problem, they only accept responsibility. The management team should be aware of the crisis, that the true nature of the responsibility lies in a lax inspection system that was ineffective until fans pointed it out. And again, they kind of talk about that, arguably, right? I mean, they're talking about their process, their production process. They don't really quite say what their philosophy on generative AI is, and that's probably, again, just not to inflame even more here on Twitter. Oh yeah, time lapses can absolutely be generated now too. Yeah, that was one of the first things that kind of started to become generated in 2025. By spring of 2025, a lot of time lapses could be generated. Because the proof was like, hey, here's me drawing it. And it was like, no. No. We see issues with this time lapse here. I was a little surprised at the difference in tone between the replies and quotes in the Japanese and English versions of the statement. I guess if you're going to push the creator's perspective and go out into the world, using generative AI is probably a bad move. I'm envious of the overseas guys that have a stronger sense of ethics in this area. I've heard this a little bit, but some people are like, the Japanese have a different view on AI. I don't know if I'll say this. It's true, like, commenters in Japan aren't as superlative. They don't go out and say, death to those who use AI. They don't really quite say that online, but I've not seen, I've seen call-outs. I've seen a lot of people say this is not their preference. I've seen a lot of blocking. That's kind of the thing you'll see from Japan and the Japanese. They will just actively block. It's like, no AI. They'll have it in their bio. They'll just actively block and not make any big flourishes or statements, but they'll go ahead and take their own action, right? There are many problems with this, but one of them is the worst case scenario. What's that? The work of an officially employed artist is loaded into an unknown AI tool and trained. If that happens, it will open up a possibility of unlimited theft of intellectual property, encourage the further spread of low-quality similar IP, and bring no benefit to the original creator or users. Yeah, you can tell this was a Japanese comment. The IP! Will someone think of the IP? I actually am curious about that in Japan, where that was going. Because that was a lot of the initial kind of resistance also to AI artwork over 2025 was, yeah, but who owns this? What about the intellectual property itself? And that kind of question kind of went in circles a little bit, I think, in Japan. I don't know if anything very particular was ever, like, determined policy-wise or not. It had been talked about. In this day and age, surely there are internal guidelines, including external guidelines for business partners regarding generative AI, question mark. If there aren't, it's actually originally translated, it's too late. Again, they talk about their own philosophy about AI, but they don't kind of spell it out. Indirectly, they'll admit if they don't check other people's work and just upload it. Okay. All right, let's go back to what people were talking about before, which was kind of the times that people had noticed, and I believe we talked about this in different videos over the years. There being weird AI going on here. So here we have this stream, Pecora and others. We're kind of doing this kind of. I think they were doing like outfit reveals. I could be wrong. And they kind of had this fantasy theme. So you can let me blow this up here a little bit. You can tell that background is insane. The entirety of it is just melting. Every last aspect of the background is melting. This again is from August of 2024. We're going back a little bit here. And it was very strange. It was very crazy there in 2024. Like, what is happening here? Oh, what a world. Yeah, the entirety of the background is just melting on itself. So you have these fantastic looking models in front of like, theme-wise appropriate, but otherwise really weird looking backgrounds. Some users actually found this. This is a background image used by Usad Pecora, was from a quote-unquote copyright-free background image collection on Booth that did not specify it was generated by AI. It's also discovered that background images for other members of Hololive have been found in this collection. So that is probably likely what happened here. It's not surprising that either the VTuber or the management or someone just got a whole pack of these things and they saw, hey, copyright free, great, fantastic. But they maybe never really specified why it's copyright free, because I still believe to this day you can't really copyright anything that's AI. Oh, and AI isn't allowed on Booth. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Now, again, this is back in August of 2024 before it became total brain rot, AI brain rot. Then we had this in August of 2025. 1 year later, almost exactly 1 year later. You guys remember the first night. I believe it was the first night. I believe it was All for One. Was that the name of the concert? The English concert? Generative AI in front of my myth and using his background for the artist of Hololive. Such disrespect. So this one may be a little harder for some people to kind of see here. But yeah, the background again is blurry. It's, again, just in some ways melting in on itself. It's not just perspective. It's doing strange things. Again, very blurry stuff. What the actual F is that, like, tree behind Kiara? What even is that? That's just like... It's not happy trees right there. Yeah, the kanji, the actual wording in the background, we'll get to that in a second. The text itself is kind of the real giveaway. It's such a shame. I was so bummed that, just this really nice performance was just kind of weirdly... The fart gas tree, that's right. We'll take a look at this further. Yeah, right here. The obvious sign is the text doesn't make any sense at all. So, funnily enough, at the time, Kiara actually addressed this on stream. Naturally saying, the talents themselves are not okay with anything like that. And, really partly sad that a night like that had to be kind of slightly brought down a little bit because of something like that. But she also stated that she believed that there would be an official statement on it. And to my knowledge, chat, you're welcome to correct me, that never happened. Now, it wasn't like Kiara said it absolutely will happen, but it was her belief. So likely something that was communicated to her that that was going to happen, and it did not. So we have that same account kind of following up here. Honestly, I'm glad they finally said something about the HoloLive official card game trailer. They still haven't said anything about the Holo Ian concert, though. Even if the video were also produced by external teams, I still wish they had said something about it. Delusional Dello here. With HoloLive again pushing AI, I think people are going to have to start doing more than just leaving comments online. Skip that merch, ignore those cards, and leave a comment saying why. The talents are working so hard, so let's not talk about this. Doesn't cut it anymore. The commercial for Holo trading card games AI has caused a huge uproar overseas, clearly showing how out of touch Japanese companies are with the times. Again, this was originally a Japanese post. It's something that can't be taken lightly, considering they may have to close down if they don't sell overseas. But I think they'll just keep using it because they insist they don't have the money, and they'll just end up shooting themselves in the foot. You never bought merch because you're poor. Sounds like I can lord that over you. I bought merch before. I'm better than you. That sounds like that would be really crazy. Redo the backgrounds for the Blu-ray release. Huh. Has the, I don't think they've mentioned, have they tried selling the Blu-ray of the English concert yet? Normally they wait like a whole year on that stuff. This is an interesting take real quick. So Comic Market 107, C107, recently has been held here. Not that I would know, and not that I visit many sites that have that tag on them, C107. But it was, the Comic Market, Comic-Cat, was held recently. Here's a cool thing. There were predictions that generative AI would flood Comic Market, but it seems that it lost momentum at the winter Comic-Cat. I heard that some of the reasons for this was, quote, printing paper books is too expensive. And I realized these people just wanted to, quote unquote, make money rather than to, quote unquote, create. You went to Japan and bought merch there, you're extra weird, boss? No, that's the best way to do it. I pay my own shipping because I ship it myself. I stuff an entirely different piece of luggage with all the merch I bought. Let's check in with the Doob. I love that her name can be switched around. You would never know. Saying here, Happy New Year. Hi, Happy New Year, Doob. I wanted to also say thank you to artists for sticking it out. As a VTuber, I am so grateful. I am lucky enough to see my many wonderful artists express themselves and even include me in their fan arts. Thank you to everyone for your hard work. Thank you, Doob. I didn't do anything, but I'll take the thanks. Thank you. I didn't smuggle the merch. I bought it all. And then I claimed it tax-free. Duty-free, baby. I know it's really awkward right now with AI and the new BS introduced. We might talk about that in another episode soon. You know the BS we're talking about. For those that still want to post some hashtag Doobart, but don't feel comfortable to do so here, there is now a dedicated art space channel in the Doob Discord too. Hey! If Doobie can promote her Discord, I'll promote mine too. You should join the TVS Discord. Why are you not in the TVS Discord? How in the world are you not currently in the TVS Discord? What is your problem? What's your actual damage? Thank you. I hope all of this stuff works out somehow. All right. We had Tomei Amari on the last episode. We're going to bring her on again this episode coming up. Military tomboys. Tomboys? Military tomboy horse girl VTuber. It's a mouthful and a half. Running a art contest, and this stuff is insane. Absolutely insane. I think this is some of the finest artwork I've seen all year in this hashtag. The hashtag again is Tomei 3 Art Contest. This is just one sample. Valtier here. I've had such a blast working on the fan art of Umari Tomei. Happy New Year, everyone. I mean, a lot of the stuff goes hard, guys. Like, real hard. I love this one so much. Dodopon had the best time working on this retro cowboy fan art of Umari Tomei guarding the caravan. Happy New Year of the horse. Again, this VTuber had lots of strong artwork throughout the year, but I'm going to go ahead and just give her the award of the year for having the best last run here. It just topped off 2025 in a huge way here. So some of the last entries came in at the very last moment, just before the ball dropped, so to speak. A Tale of Honor, Courage, and Destiny, The Last Stand. It's so good. It's so on the money. But she does actually chime in here. I appreciate all the support on my art contest. It's going to be very difficult to choose winners. Unfortunately, due to advancements in AI, this will probably be the only art contest I'm ever able to hold. It's been great fun all the same. Thank you very much. Damn, dude. Oh, man. I mean, I get it. I get it. This stuff is getting hard. There's a lot of video now that I see on my feed where I'll see something like, that's amazing. And then I'm like, wait, was that AI? Usually it's like animal videos. Like when a cat or a dog does something really funny, I'm like, wait, was that AI? It's getting very difficult. Like a lot of them have currently the camcorder kind of look. Not even like the phone camera kind of look. I'm talking like the camcorder kind of look. Like really old stuff, man. It's bad. Yeah, don't worry. We'll be, again, probably talking about everything AI and X to come in another episode. We have this quote here. Well, if Hololive is doing it, then maybe we should too. Happy New Year. So yeah, Hololive, uncomfortable moment here for them. Kind of getting, perhaps rightfully, held to account here. Thankfully, of course, Niji Sanji would never. Niji Sanji would never do that. I had to do it, boys. I had to get in that last jab. You didn't think I was just going to let them walk away with a little tit for tat? Come on now. You didn't think I was going to look the Hans. Not the Hansies. It's just a filter, bros. It's just a filter, bros. It's fine. It's fine, bros. So yeah, if you're tired of this topic, I apologize. It's not going to be every episode, but there is going to be more discourse to come. It is something to pay attention to. We will be reporting on it. It's interesting. I feel like it has a chance of coming to a head. It has a shot, this whole topic of coming to some kind of resolution somehow. I don't know, boys. I asked this before. I don't know. Can I run a poll? How do I do that? Can I run a poll on YouTube? I know how to do it on... Twitch. How do I run a poll on YouTube? Engage with your audience. Start a Q&A. Start a poll. Let your viewers weigh in. Let me do that. This is easy engagement bait. Are we in an AI bubble? Yes or no? All right, I'm just gonna run that on YouTube, and in that, let me also run one over here on the Twitch.tvs while I'm at it. Let's see here. Raid. Clip that. Streamlabs. Where's my poll option? What the F? What the F, David Blaine? I'm sorry, Twitch. My ability to run a poll right now is not here. Hold up a second. I'm super interested. Clear chat, run. Yes. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and at least get this out to you guys. We'll let that run. We'll let that run. Let me see if I can add the poll option here. I'm sorry, guys. Quick action poll. Manager poll. Why'd they take that away? Here we go. New poll for Twitch. Are we in an AI booble? Question mark. Yes. No. You guys got a minute. Get to it. Get snappy, Twitch. All right. So that's running right now. I had the option before on there and they took it away. Anyways. Yeah, I just wonder because it's like if we are in a bubble, when's that sucker gonna pop? When that's gonna happen? When's that gonna pop? Because I gotta make a piece. I gotta build a PC sometime here, boys. Isn't this obvious? Data center costs are higher than the generated revenue for too long. Answer no, is calling a bubble implies it'll pop and crash. Okay. As long as AI keeps advancing in medicine, I'm all for it. Chop chop, hurry Twitch. I don't think AI will die off, but it will definitely die down. Okay. It's going to pop, but not for a little while. Oh no. When Nvidia falls. Just calling them out. Not before 2027, 2030, 2027. All right, let's take a look here. So, I'll go ahead and also just end this over here. Looks like we're 87%. Yes, it is a bubble on YouTube, and 93%. Yes, it is a bubble on the Twitch.tv. So, congratulations, YouTube and Twitch. You agree. I don't mean to be crazy here, but Twitch and YouTube agree on something here. Congrats. All right. So, with that said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here in a few minutes. Get out a new video here for you tonight. It's working. The setup is working. It takes a lot of setup, though, to get out these daily videos. I got to say, we're going to try to see what we can do to speed up the process for you guys, make the streams more entertaining, a little more interactive. Thank you very much for the 5, Barbaras. Imagine the economy crashing because of the AI bubble. Absolutely. You didn't think we weren't going to crash the whole economy without, little AI bubble here, right? Like, of course we're going to do that. We live in interesting times. We've all been cursed with living in interesting times. That is our curse. How many recessions have we lived through? I've gone through at least 2 myself. I know that much. Oh, that's the other thing I've been seeing nonstop on X. Recession indicator. It's like every other quote retweet. This is clearly an indicator of a recession. It's like, okay, all right, okay. Coming on to our third one here, I think. Yeah. A recession is a recession indicator. This stream itself is just a recession indicator. 2008, 2009 was a great time. Yeah. Once again, thanks to Caps Lock. They are out there now helping moderate our subreddit. We're Redditors now. Oh boy. Over on r/things VTubers say. I hope you guys take some time, check it out. Slowly but surely, we'll be building that up over the year. No big expectations just yet. 2 market crashes, Y2K, end of the world. Did Y2K have? No. Oh, they had the .com bubble. Bros, I forgot about the .com bubble, bros. Oh yeah, there was a .com bubble. There was a housing market crash. There was COVID-19. Yeah. That's a solid 3 for the century so far. Nice. Very nice. The VTuber bubble, that'll be the biggest crash. Oh! While we're running stupid polls, I'll probably run just one more here. Just a second. Let me see if this pops up onto my chat here. I'm waiting for the piece to come up on here on my chat. I'll just read it here. As an unk, this era reminds me of the boom in the 90s, says Emperor Quacky. Thank you for the 5. Thanks so much for the 5, Emperor Quacky. As an unk, this era reminds me of the .com boom in the 90s. All the net cafes didn't survive, and neither will the AI hype. Some will, most won't. Thank you for the 5. All right. Let me shove one more poll out here. I guess I have to stop one. Or yeah, let me just end the poll. That ended with 84% on YouTube saying we're in a bubble. Let me run one more. I'm not gonna say anything until I post this at the same time on both the platforms here. Hold on a second. I'm just curious. I heard you guys like VTubers, so I'm curious what you have to say about this. New poll. And I'm going to be very specific about this one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Start poll on YouTube. Start poll on Twitch. There you go. There you are. What do you guys think to that question? Hamu. Serious question. I kind of want to get your opinion. I know, I'm just asking yes or no, but shoot from the hip. What does your gut tell you? What do you think? Just curious. There's obviously a more nuanced answer to it, but if you had to say yes or no, specifically here in the West, is there a VTuber bubble here in the West? Maybe we're gonna see a pop. Maybe not. That's usually what we talk about when we talk about bubbles. Have we already had it pop? Maybe we're post-pop. Shinraska, thank you very much for the 40 months. Thank you for the Happy New Year's. Thank you so much. All right. Twitch is now done with this. I only gave them like a minute. 72% say no. Twitch says no. Not a bubble here in the West. On YouTube, I can't be too surprised by this. 53% say no. So that's much closer. That's much closer because let's also be fair. A lot of the folks over here on YouTube, they watch Twitch from time to time, but they're mostly watching Twitch. Or, excuse me. The YouTube chat is probably mostly watching YouTube VTubers, right? And it's a bit of a different story. You can only see so many agencies close up shop in the West. And wonder if that's a ongoing issue or not. All right, well, thank you guys for sharing. I am going to go ahead and get working on your video that I owe all of you here tonight. Once again, we'll have more things VTuber say for you guys very soon. Hopefully, maybe even a stream, maybe a video tomorrow. Maybe. No promises, but it might happen. All right, guys. I want to thank you again. You guys have a great night. It's Friday night, early Saturday morning. Get out to your hot date. And I'll see you guys soon. Later. Have a great night.